You know what that sound means. It's time for Wildcat Football on Light Tube Sports Network. With Scott Chastain and Ken Keller. From the very first snap to the very last. One team, one school, one community. It's game time. Let's go.
Side of John Olive Boulevard. Tonight, the Tullahoma Wildcats go for perfection. An undefeated regular season on the line as Tullahoma hosts Maplewood in the final game of the 2020 football regular season. Along with Ken Keller, I'm Scott Chastain. We'll bring you all the action tonight. Tullahoma hosting Maplewood. Ken, an undefeated team against a winless team. On paper, this should be a pretty easy game for the Cats.
Oh, no doubt about it. This Maplewood Panther team, coming off a 3-7 season, only returns 8 starters. Far different team than 2 years ago, Scott. The team that beat us twice had a suffocating defense and Bobo Hodges. We're not going to see that tonight.
You know, it's easy at this time of year to look ahead to playoffs and that sort of thing. Tullahoma's in. They've clinched the region title. But, Ken, I think it's important for the community and for everybody to recognize what a tremendous achievement the Wildcats have already achieved and to enjoy this tonight because these don't come around very often.
No doubt about it. You know, this edition of the Tullahoma Wildcat, Scott, would certainly make Vincent Price and Michael Jackson proud. Thrilling season for this 2020 edition of the Tullahoma Wildcats.
Way to bump in that Halloween reference. I like that. So for Tullahoma, we noticed 2 or 3 players not dressed out. This should be a game the Wildcats can win even a little shorthanded.
No doubt about it. Tullahoma should dominate in all phases of the game, and they want to keep that momentum rolling for that playoff game next week.
Tullahoma and Maplewood. Thank you for tuning in to LightTube Channel 23. You can also hear the game tonight on LightTube's YouTube channel, 93.9 The Duck and 93.9.com. Tullahoma and Maplewood. We talked to Tullahoma head coach John Olive about tonight's matchup with Maplewood. Let's go to that interview now.
Monday and Tuesday were good days, good practice days. Wednesday, the rain got us, but it was a good day for us to just go over some stuff and get the kids out of here, and hopefully they feel rejuvenated a little bit and their legs feel a little better from not having been out there practicing for 2 hours. A lot of quick screens. I think they'll try to throw the ball downfield just because I think that most people have figured out you're not going to run the ball very successfully against us. We hope that continues. We've been able to stop everybody's run so far this year and force you into trying to throw downfield, and that'll still be our goal. But this team likes to throw the ball, so I expect them to come out throwing. Well, they line up in several different fronts, so we're not sure exactly what we'll get. I figure we'll get a mixture. I would see them trying to load the box to stop our running game and try to play our receivers one-on-one. That's kind of what I'm expecting as they've struggled to stop other people's running games. So we obviously plan on trying to run the football. We should be fine in all the areas, special teams wise. You know, our special teams have played extremely well. Coach Goodman, Coach Shaw, Coach Johnson, all those guys have gotten us ready to go. And, you know, they don't have a kicker like Justice Chadwick. They do have some return people that if they get a chance, they can hurt you. If and when they score a touchdown, they'll go for 2. They won't line up to try a PAT. So that'll be good for us because everything we've seen on Stone Memorial so far, we will see the next week, they don't kick on PATs either. So this will give us a good preview for that. If they are to score upon us, they'll go for 2. It gives our number 4 team an automatic bye into the second round, which will be Spring Hill, as Lawrence County had to forfeit to them, and now DeKalb County has forfeited not only this Friday but next Friday. So tough situation, and that's what's got everybody shook up. They realize that all it takes is for this virus to spread it through your team, 6, 7, 8 players deep, and you're in trouble, big time trouble. Your season's coming to an end, and you know, that's the big one issue out there that's hanging over everybody's head is you know, how do I keep the virus away from entering into our team.
At Tullahoma Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom, Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Right, rifle bearer, Cadet First Sergeant Noah Bean. Left rifle bearer, Cadet Sergeant Zach Worth. Raising the large flag in the end zone, Cadet Corporal Colleen. Corporal McCullough. And Cadet Lance Corporal Adrian Goins. And Cadet Private Anthony Valise. Under the direction of Justin Scott, the Tullahoma Marching Band will now play our national anthem.
Dressed in their Halloween attire. It is the night before Halloween. Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium, Maplewood and Tullahoma tonight in the Region 4 4A contest, the final game of the regular season for both teams. Maplewood comes in 0-8 on the year, 0-4 in Region 4 4A. Tullahoma, region champions, 9-0 on the year. Maplewood was 3-8 last year. They finished 4th in Region 4 4A. They lost to Livingston Academy in the playoffs 28-8. Arcente Broom, the head coach of the Maplewood Panthers in his 11th season. Coming into the year, he was 105-79 overall. Quarterback Anthony Johnson, running back David Sutherland. Ken, that's a couple of names we recognize from last year.
Yeah, especially David Sutherland. This young man has led the team in rushing the last 3 seasons, a name that Tullahoma fans are familiar with.
So Tullahoma and Maplewood on paper doesn't look close. Fortunately for the Panthers, they don't play on paper, but Ken, about a 25-man roster. They've just been severely depleted this year, half their season wiped out by COVID. And some of their players left because they didn't start the season on time. Coach Broom, though, he's got a solid program there at Maplewood, and they're going to drop down to Class 3A next year, so this likely be the last time, at least for a couple of years, that we'll play Maplewood. Yeah,
definitely. And this is a series that it's had some very physical contests. Just 2 years ago, this Maplewood team beat Tullahoma twice. Knocked them out of the semifinals of the 2018 playoffs 6-2. We were there. We had to travel to Maplewood twice, and man, they had a suffocating defense and a spectacular quarterback that we all remember named Bobo Hodges.
Bobo Hodges wore us out, but we're thankful. This game was supposed to be at Maplewood, but no fans are allowed in the stands at Maplewood, so Coach Olive got this game moved here, and we sure appreciate him for that. Ken's keys to victory. And kickoff on the other side, Tullahoma and Maplewood, the regular season finale right here on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football, and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com. Hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
Woodard's Diamonds and Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
We're back at Wilkins Stadium, just minutes away from kickoff as Tullahoma takes on Maplewood. Our captains are meeting in the middle of the field. For Maplewood, number 15 is James Smith. And for Tullahoma, number 67, Jaquez Elliott, 6'1", 225 senior, playing in his last regular season game for the Tullahoma Wildcats. The coin will be tossed, and we'll get underway here. Nice Tullahoma crowd here. Maplewood, there's 4 people in the far side stands as the coin has been tossed. Looks like Maplewood has won the coin toss, and Maplewood will kick it to Tullahoma, Ken, for the 9th time. Well, for the 8th time in 9 games. We've only played 9 games, really. Tullahoma's going to have the ball to open the game.
Yeah, fast starts has been a key for Tullahoma, and I expect more of the same tonight.
Ken, your keys to victory for the Wildcats tonight?
My keys to victory have a pre-Halloween twist to them tonight, Scott. Number 1, Jeepers Creepers defense. Maplewood had 5 turnovers in last season's 35-0 loss. Can this Wildcat D terrorize?
Hold that thought. Wherever you're listening in southern Middle Tennessee, whether you're watching on Light Tube 23 or listening on 93.9 The Duck, it's football time in Tullahoma. I wonder if all those kids are going to suit up. Oh, man, what a great sight here in Tullahoma. The sights and sounds of a cool, crisp October night of high school football. Ken, your keys to victory.
Jeepers Creepers defense. Maplewood had 5 turnovers in last season's 35-0 loss. Can this Wildcat D terrorize and shut out the Panthers 2 years in a row? Number 2, unleash the beast. Jacoby Thomas is a legit 4A Mr. Football candidate with 17 touchdowns this season. Look for the Swiss Army knife to carve up the Panthers like pumpkins. And thirdly, Fright Night for Maplewood. Tullahoma's perfect through 9 games, and one regular season victim yet remains. Panthers, you're next.
I've been watching great Halloween movies on Sci-Fi all week. Freddie, Jason, they've all been there. It's been outstanding. Tullahoma and Maplewood. Maplewood in their black jerseys with gray football pants and red helmets. Their numbers are red outlined in white and almost impossible for me to read. Tullahoma will be dressed in their road uniforms. Why? Because the Wildcats are actually the road team tonight, even though we're playing at home. So home fans get to see the road unis, Tullahoma in white jerseys, Cardinal pants, Cardinal numbers, Cardinal helmets. Tullahoma will be moving right to left as we open this ball game. Maplewood kicking it off to Jacoby Thomas and Jacob Dixon. The final game of the regular season, Tullahoma aims for perfection. And we are underway. Short kick that's going to go out of bounds. So Tullahoma will start at its 35-yard line, first down and 10.
Well, Scott, that's one surefire way to keep the ball away from our Mr. Football candidate for Class 4A.
We'll take
one of them.
We'll take the 35-yard line to start a drive.
That's right.
It's a cold, cold night and has not been cold before. So those footballs are going to be hard and cold and challenging, especially in the passing game. Tullahoma on that offensive line will start Logan Crouch, Tydrill Mitchell, Jaden Taylor is the center. Not sure about Poe tonight. Ken, check for number 70. Tullahoma lines it up. I thought it was supposed to be at the 35, but maybe they've changed that rule to the 40. So Tullahoma will begin this drive at the 40. As we are just underway here at Wilkins Stadium, Ryan Scott with his tailback, Jackson Sheffield. Scott back to throw. They're going deep on the first throw to Joe Duncan. That pass incomplete. Well played defensively for Maplewood by Latavius Fitz, number 8, second down.
Yeah, so the Wildcats take a deep shot, first play of the game. I like it. And, you mentioned those offensive linemen. Call their names out. I do not see number 70 out there, the first play of the game, the first offensive series for the Wildcats. But we saw a poster down there in our pregame said Tank Life. These guys are big tanks on that offensive line. That's where it starts for these Wildcats.
Tullahoma second down and 10 at its 40. Scott hands it to Sheffield. Sheffield, nice little gap in the middle. Jackson picks up 5, 3rd and 5 for the Cats.
Yeah, Jack Sheffield, he's gained momentum from that running back position as the season has went on, becoming stronger and more confident each carry.
Tullahoma quickly to the line, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Scott to throw, wide receiver screen to Jacob Dixon, complete. Dixon 45, 50, 45, 40. Dixon stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line for a Wildcat first down.
Well, Tullahoma's found much success with that wide receiver screen, and yet again they dial that play up on 3rd down and 5. So big first down for the Wildcats. Nice blocking there by number 3, Joe Duncan.
First down and 10, a gain of 17 for the Cats at the Maplewood 38. Garrett Harris on that offensive line for Tullahoma, along with Caden Bradford. As Melton goes in motion, Scott back to throw. Scott going deep over the middle for Melton, complete. Brody Melton, touchdown! Cats from 38 yards away. Ryan Scott laid it in there perfect to Brody Melton, and he's got 6.
Oh, he sure did. He laid that one out on the string. Beautiful tight spiral there, delivered by the Tullahoma quarterback, Ryan Scott, to junior tight end Brody Melton. Big touchdown, early strike for the Wildcats.
41 seconds Tullahoma needs to score, as Justice Chadwick will line up the point after on the hold from Dillahay, and that kick is good. 11:19 to go first quarter. Tullahoma 7, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tennova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TennovaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Tullahoma marches 60 yards in 4 plays using 41 seconds, scoring on a 38-yard pass from Ryan Scott to Brody Melton. 11:19 to go in the first quarter. Cats 7, Maplewood nothing. Justice Chadwick will kick it off for the Wildcats, and his kick is bobbled a bit, goes into the end zone for the touchback. So Maplewood will begin their first drive at their 20-yard line.
Well, check out these stats on Justice Chadwick on the season. Been spectacular in the kicking game for the Wildcats. 38 kickoff touchbacks, 37 for 37 on PATs, and 4 for 4 on field goals. Much like Tullahoma's season, Scott, perfection.
Perfection for Justice Chadwick. The Wildcats show Jalen Newsom and Tydrell Mitchell as defensive tackles. Seth Cullum and Tyreek Nard are the defensive ends. Justin Scott, the middle linebacker. Maplewood on first down, quarterback option. Quarterback keeps it around the left side. He's got a first down, a little bit more, driven out of bounds there. That's Johnson, their quarterback. Johnson picked up a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, number 11, Anthony Johnson, with a good read option right there. Tullahoma keying on David Sutherland, who has led the team in rushing the last 3 years. Number 1, the running back, the tailback for the Panthers, and a nice game for the quarterback.
So first down Maplewood after the gain of 13. Panthers have it at their 33. Wide receiver split left and right, actually 3 to the right side. Sutherland is the tailback, and Johnson back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Johnson going deep. He can throw that football. It is incomplete. Well defended there by Landon Fouch on the far side. Second down and 10.
A little incidental contact there on the Maplewood sidelines, but no interference. Good coverage by Fouch. Deep shot there by the Panthers. Tullahoma cheerleaders throwing out the T-shirts early in this one for the Wildcats.
Well, at least they're not throwing out those little footballs, because we know you would run down and get one.
I would, man. I love them footballs.
Maplewood second and 10 at the Panther 33, trailing 7-0 with 11:02 to go in the first quarter. A lot of passing here early. Johnson, wide receiver screen, that pass complete. Trying to get out to the right side, not much there, maybe a yard or so. That's number 10 for Maplewood, Robert Osborne, maybe a yard.
Yeah, Jacob Dixon in on that tackle for Tullahoma is Owen Stroop, number 6, is not playing for the Wildcats tonight. He is not dressed out.
So Maplewood facing 3rd down and 9 at the 34. Colton Proctor in there at a linebacker for Stroop. 3rd down and 4, Maplewood. Johnson to throw, quick pass, left side incomplete, over the head of the intended receiver. That was the captain, James Smith. It's 4th and 9 for the Panthers.
It's Johnson. Kid's got a good arm, quick release. Ball a little bit high, but I think certainly catchable there. He had both hands on it, just went through his fingertips.
Yeah, that's where that cold ball comes into effect.
Right.
A high ball
Yep.
or a low ball where you got to grip it with your fingertips. It's tough. Jacoby Thomas back to receive an anticipated punt from Maplewood. And the Panthers may have, the play clock's at 10. They're going to have to hurry to get this punt off.
Temperature expected to dip into the low 40s here throughout during this game.
Play clock just ran out. There's a whistle, and it was a low snap. But Maplewood's going to be penalized 5 yards for delay of game unless they called a timeout.
Well, no doubt the Tullahoma special team coach had to have seen that. The snap, as you said, got halfway there. So let's keep an eye on that on this one.
10-13 to go first quarter. Tullahoma leads 7-0, about to get the ball back as Maplewood will punt it away on 4th and 14 from their 29. Jacoby Thomas standing at his 40. There's a kick. It's a low line drive. Thomas going to wisely let it bounce. It will be down at the Tullahoma 42. Great field position for the Wildcats. Tullahoma started the first drive at its 40. This one at its 42.
Yeah, excellent field position there. Cats already up 7-zip. Long touchdown pass from Scott to Melton.
And again, Keyshawn Cummings not dressed out tonight. Owen Stroop not dressed out tonight. So Jacoby Thomas will be the tailback in this set. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Scott takes the snap from Taylor. Wide receiver screen to Dixon, complete. Dixon 40, 45. Breaks the tackle to midfield, goes Jacob Dixon. Gain of 8 for the Cats. And Scott kind of awkwardly fell down after he threw that, but a gain of 8.
Yeah, it seems to be okay. You know, when a couple years ago when we were down in Maplewood, Scott did get some quarterback duty. I believe that our starting quarterback, Ben Fulton, got knocked out of that game, and then Ryan Scott came in at quarterback. And back then I was making some comparisons to Bobo Hodges with him. He's a very athletic quarterback.
And is only getting better. 2nd down and 8, Tullahoma at midfield. Handoff Thomas. Jacoby slips one tackle, then another. Now he's loose. 45. Great block from Duncan to the 40. Thomas to the 35, and Jacoby down to the 34-yard line of the Panthers. That's a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, Maplewood's definitely familiar with Ryan Scott and Jacoby Thomas. They've seen those guys for 3 years now too. So nice run there by Jacoby Thomas.
Gain of 17 for the senior. Ball rest at the Maplewood 33-yard line. Tullahoma leading 7-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wildcats again, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wide is Parton and Duncan. In the slots, Dixon and Melton. That's a backwards pass to Jacoby Thomas, and Jacoby's loose at the 30, to the 20, to the 15. Jacoby down to the 12-yard line. That's another Wildcat first down. I'm going to count that one as a run for Jacoby, as that pass was backwards, and he got 16 yards.
I referenced Jacoby as Tullahoma's Swiss Army knife because he can slice you up in many different ways with the football, running, screen passes, receiving, and return game. So he scored 3 different ways this year for the Wildcats, and he's just dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Let me correct myself. 21 yards on the run by Jacoby Thomas. 1st and 10, Tullahoma at the Maplewood 12. Scott Gives it to Thomas. Thomas over the right side. Got a great block on the inside. Tried to cut it back outside, and now he's swarmed by the Panthers. So I think looks like the 10-yard line. A gain of 2 that time for Thomas. Well played by Maplewood.
Well, I thought about, how dominant this Wildcat team has been this year. And, if you took all the games, 48 minutes per game, 4 quarters, per game, and added up the amount of time during these first 9 games that Tullahoma's been behind in possession, on the scoreboard, not very much at all. I wish somebody could research that, but
I could
probably
research
not
that
much
for
at all.
you. I don't know if the Cats have trailed this year, to be honest with you. Tullahoma 2nd down and 7 at the 9. Thomas, the tailback. Scott hands it to Jacoby. Jacoby, a humongous hole on the right side. The river parted, and Jacoby Thomas scores the touchdown for Tullahoma from 7 yards away.
Well, the touchdown maker scores again. That's number 18 on the season for Jacoby Thomas.
Tullahoma lines up Justice Chadwick. Tullahoma not even showing the swinging gate tonight. Note that. The Wildcats are pretty confident. Justice Chadwick's kick is good. 7:28 to go first quarter. Tullahoma 14, Maplewood nothing on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Well, we just got married a couple weeks ago. We're both from Tullahoma, so we know Tullahoma and we know TUA and know their service, and so really didn't talk about anybody else. We just knew we were going to TUA, and so appreciative of how y'all serve the community, and glad to be a part of it.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Live your legacy. Register for the 3rd annual Eli Grow Legacy 8K Run, Walk, Ruck, or 1 Mile Fun Run, Walk. November 7th, 2020, 10 o'clock a.m. Free Kids Dash at 9:30 a.m. Tullahoma High School Football Stadium. Professionally timed and medals, awards for age divisions, and overall winners. Compete as a team for the fastest or largest team. Register at raceroster.com. For questions, contact Cassie Grow, 931-273-0010.
Tullahoma drives 58 yards, 5 plays, using 3 minutes off the clock, scoring on a 9-yard run by Jacoby Thomas. The Wildcats lead Maplewood 14-0 with 7:28 to go in the first quarter. Panthers have it 1st and 10 at their 20. Johnson hands it off to Sutherland. Sutherland straight up the gut, 2 yards.
Boy, Seth Cullum went down low, just chopped his ankles out there. Sutherland went down fast on that one.
Sutherland has been starting at tailback for Maplewood since his freshman year.
Yep.
He's a really fine player. He's seen the quality of the talent and stuff of his teammates. They'll go down every year.
He sure has. Matter of fact, he's in that 6-2 playoff win, that semifinal win in 2018. He scored the lone touchdown of the game.
Give him credit for sticking with this Maplewood program. He could have gone anywhere with the COVID transfer rule. Johnson, quick pass to Sutherland, incomplete at his feet. It was a forward pass, so 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers.
No credit, Tullahoma's pass rush, defensive tackles came in quick on that when the quarterback turned loose the ball before he wanted to. Threw it at his ankles.
Yeah, Sutherland had nowhere to go if he had caught that ball. So 3rd and 8 at the 22. Slow first quarter because a lot of passing. The clock stops on incomplete passes, but Tullahoma's certainly taken advantage of its possessions, leading 14-0. As Maplewood splits 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And Johnson, quick wide receiver screen, incomplete. Tyreek Nard may have gotten a fingertip on that football. It's 4th down.
Yeah, I believe he did, Scott. And probably a good thing for Maplewood that Nard did deflect that, because Adam Owens was trekking the ball, had a possible interception there from that cornerback
He really did. He had a bead on that football. 4th and 8, Maplewood at their 22 with 6:41 to go. And the Panthers will punt it again. Jacoby Thomas standing on the big power tee at midfield here at Wilkins Stadium. The band will perform at halftime, so stick around for that. It's a high short punt. Thomas will edge up and catch it and get plastered the moment he catches it, and there comes the flag. Jacoby's hurt. He is down, and we're going to get a 15-yard penalty against Maplewood, I believe, for interference, as Jacoby was tackled before he caught the football.
Yeah, definitely defenseless. He wasn't expecting it. Clearly gave the early, fair catch signal on that, running up to the short punt. His hand high above his head, waving it back and forth. So he gave a good signal. Easy call for the officials.
So we get catcher interference against Maplewood. They'll mark it off from where Jacoby tried to catch the ball, which was the 43. And that is a 15-yard penalty. I guess it was the 42, because it will take Tullahoma down to the 27-yard line. So with that penalty, Tullahoma begins its third possession in great field position at the Maplewood 27. Just Jackson Sheffield now the tailback for the Wildcats. And Sheffield will take the handoff straight up the middle. Jackson inside the 25 to the 23, as Tullahoma out there pancaking with the Pancake Posse, getting it done for the Wildcats.
They've got lots of nicknames: Pancake Posse, Tank Life. They're a physical group. And Coach Olive, we had him on the Shasteen show, had an interview with him Monday night. He was gracious to come on, and he just talked about the strength and the physicality of this team, and called it his best Wildcat team in 28 years of his coaching here.
And we're seeing the Wildcats dominate physically tonight. 2nd down and 6 at the Maplewood 22. Scott to Sheffield. Sheffield sheds a tackle at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Jackson Sheffield all the way down to the 5. It's a Wildcat 1st down and goal.
Well, in our pregame show, we're pre-Halloween. The day before, we talked about this being Fright Night for Maplewood, and certainly they're seeing that dangerous Tullahoma offense in action right now. 2 touchdowns already on the board. Jackson Sheffield rips off a big physical run up the middle. He's getting better and better every game.
15 yards, 18 yards for Jackson Sheffield. 1st down and goal, Tullahoma at the Maplewood 5. Wildcats have Brandon Painter in at the H-back on the left side. That's almost like a fullback in modern football. Hand off Sheffield. Sheffield will take it over right tackle. Did he get in? He got in. Touchdown, Jackson Sheffield from 5 yards away.
Sheffield caps that drive, a 5-yard touchdown burst after that 18-yard run. So I'm glad he got to finish the 18-yard run up with a touchdown there. Cats now with 3 TDs on the board.
So Chadwick lines it up with Dillahay to hold, to attempt the point after. Snap is a good one. The hold is a good one. And that kick splits the uprights. 5:12 to go, 1st quarter. Tullahoma 21, Maplewood nothing. On the Light Tube Sports Network.
At Tanova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tanova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Woods Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Justice Chadwick will kick it off for the Cats after Tullahoma moved 27 yards, 3 plays, a minute and 20 seconds. Scored on a 5-yard run by Jackson Sheffield. Maplewood does not want to return a kickoff. They've let 3 of them hit inside the 5 and bounce into the end zone. So once again, the Panthers will start their drive at the 20. Well, Ken, you couldn't ask for a better start from Tullahoma. Quick 21-0 lead. The crowd sort of sit back and get some hot chocolate and enjoy the show.
Yeah, and it's been how long since a perfect season for Tullahoma, Scott?
1999. 2000 party over. Whoops, out of time. Maplewood, 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. Johnson hands it to Sutherland. Sutherland around the left side. Sutherland is loose. Sutherland to the 30. Sutherland to the 35. And David Sutherland fights his way out to the 37-yard line. A first down for Maplewood.
Excellent rush for David Sutherland. He just takes the ball around the left tackle. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds. Stopped his momentum, cut back in. The missile had an angle on him, and he made the missile miss. A rare miss for the missile on that one. Excellent run by David Sutherland.
18 yards for the senior tailback. Maplewood has it at the 38. This time Johnson will keep it. Johnson trying to get outside, and he does not get outside. Maybe got to the 40, did Anthony Johnson. A gain of 2 for Maplewood's quarterback.
The Tullahoma tackle made by number 20. That's Colton Proctor with an assist from the missile.
For Maplewood, 2nd and 8 at their 40. 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. Tullahoma leads 21-0. Johnson hands it off to a new running back, not Sutherland, and it should have been Sutherland because this running back's tackled 5 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage by Justin Scott.
The heat-seeking missile there. Good pursuit by a 27 there, shot in there. That running back had no chance trying to run laterally, and the missile just has a nose for the football.
3rd and 12 Maplewood. Now the ball rests at the Panther 36.
And that's one thing Coach Olive alluded to Monday night was the speed and pursuit of the quickness of this Tullahoma defense.
They faced 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, now 3rd and 12. And the Maplewood Panthers are going to talk about it. 3:32 to go in the first. Tullahoma leads Maplewood 21-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
It's football time, and Tennessee and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Tullahoma's first-round playoff opponent, Stone Memorial, trails Friendship Christian 21-0. Maplewood on 3rd down and 12. Runs the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards. That's it. 4th and long once again for the Panthers. Spotted at the 39.
Well, 3rd and 12 run up the middle. Looks like they took that play from Jim Chaney's playbook, Scott.
Cute. That's very cute. 4th down and 9, Maplewood at the 39. I think the Panthers, they're going to bring out the punt team.
Good choice.
Jacoby will.
Stone Memorial down 21-0.
To Friendship Christian in the first quarter. Marshall County and Nolensville are scoreless in the second quarter. The winner finishes second in Region 4 4A. There's a kick taken by Thomas at the 27, 30, 40. Jacoby cuts it back at the 45. Out to the 48-yard line goes Jacoby Thomas. A punt return of 21 yards and a first down, Tullahoma.
Well, Thomas had 4 touchdowns in the 35-0 win over Maplewood last season. He has 1 tonight. Justice Chadwick, 40 for 40 on PATs now in Game 10 of the season. I don't think a Tullahoma field goal kicker's ever been perfect on extra points through a season.
And as I can promise you, no Tullahoma kicker's ever kicked 40.
No.
Cats line it up at their 48. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sheffield the tailback. Again, Keyshawn Cummings, the dozer, not dressed out tonight. So the hammer, Sheffield is in there. Scott looking to throw. Ryan's got to run. He's got a bunch of room out to the 50, and Ryan takes a knee and then is hit. So what's the point of quarterback sliding if you're going to get hit anyway? But a gain of 3 for Ryan Scott.
Yeah, he had a running lane early, and I think he just, he sat back in the pocket wanting to make a pass there and maybe waited a little bit too long to take off. They closed in on him.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 Tullahoma at the Maplewood 49 with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Wildcats on top 21-0. Scott splits 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Ryan's going to keep it straight up the middle, 45-40. Ryan knew what he needed for the first down, and he got it. First down, Wildcats.
Nice play. We've seen Tullahoma's offense be very balanced again this game. We gashed them with a 38-yard pass down the middle touchdown from Thomas or from Scott to Melton. We've thrown the wide receiver screen a couple times. We've run Jackson Sheffield at him. We've called Thomas on a running back screen or lateral. And now the quarterback keeper, man. Dangerous offense, can get you lots of different ways.
Melton and Thomas wide to the right. Dixon and Duncan wide left. Dixon now in motion. He'll take the shuffle pass. Jacob tries to break one tackle. Now cuts it back. Jacob still on his feet. Giving ground. Now gaining it back and ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage. That's a pass for no gain from Scott to Dixon.
Lots of running for 0 net yards on that one. But he's he's got good escapability. He's a shifty little runner, and, you got to get him down because you try to grab him around the shoulder pads. He's strong. He's going to get away from you.
Oh, yeah. Dixon's an outstanding runner. He's like a hidden weapon for the
He is.
Wildcats. Tullahoma 2nd and 10 at the Maplewood 41.
He's a gamer.
Scott hands it off to Sheffield. Straight up the gut. Jackson to the 35, 30, 25. Sheffield barreling over would-be tacklers inside the 25 to the 22. That's a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, number 22 gashing them on runs just right up the middle, run between the guard and the center off the left side of the Tullahoma Tank Life offensive line, and he looks good again tonight.
19 yards on the run by sophomore Jackson Sheffield. It is 1st and 10 Tullahoma at the Maplewood 22. 15 seconds left to go in this first quarter. The Wildcats have to run one more play.
Sheffield on pace for a 100-yard game tonight.
2 receivers to the right. Fullback, H-back on the right side for the Wildcats. As they count it right down to the end of the play clock and hand it to Sheffield, and Sheffield barrels up the middle to the 15-yard line for a gain of 7 as the first quarter comes to a close. We've played 12 minutes at Wilkins Stadium, 36 minutes away from perfection. Tullahoma leads Maplewood 21-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one, get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large, 1-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500. Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tullahoma Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TullohomaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Congratulations.
Nolensville leads Marshall County 7-0 in the second quarter. In Nolensville, the winner of that game will finish second in Region 4-4A. The loser will finish third and travel in the first round. It's messed up, this playoff scenario. DeKalb County first ruled themselves out of the playoffs. Now they're trying to get back in. Shelbyville leads Columbia 16-7. Shelbyville and Franklin County banned from the playoffs for 2 years for their brawl last week. And so neither one of those teams are going to the postseason. Tullahoma is. They have it second down and 3 at Maplewood's 15-yard line. Cats now moving left to right in this second quarter, leading 21-0. Scott, wide receiver screen intended for Dixon, incomplete. It's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that pass may have been deflected there at the line of scrimmage. And, you mentioned Franklin County and Shelbyville. They do get a 2-year postseason ban from the playoffs. And also both schools were fined $2,250 for their brawl last week.
They got their money's worth.
Yeah, they must have.
From what I
They've been
understand.
throwing some haymakers.
No question. Tullahoma 3rd and 3 at the Maplewood 15. Time for offensive line work. Scott hands it to Sheffield. Offensive line opens a huge gap. Sheffield powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Sheffield 15 yards away. What a run by this exciting young sophomore. And what a job by that offensive line.
Oh, no doubt. Sheffield just shedding, get through the initial line of scrimmage and just shedding tackles, protecting the football. That's what you love to see. He had both arms cradling the football and burrows ahead for the Wildcat TD.
And the point after kick is up and good by Justice Chadwick. 11:50 to go in the first half. Tullahoma 28, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woodard's Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Tullahoma kicks off. Maplewood with a return out to the Maplewood 28-yard line. The Wildcats' most recent touchdown drive, 52 yards in 7 plays, using 2:44 off the clock, scoring on a 15-yard run by Jackson Sheffield. And early in the second quarter, the Wildcats lead it 28-0.
Well, Maplewood gets their best field position of this contest. Previously, Chadwick kicked the ball through the end zone. They get a return that time and get a nice return out to their 29-yard line. Tullahoma's done an excellent job this year of kickoff coverage. Oftentimes pinning the opponent inside their own 20-yard line. Certainly when that ball goes through the end zone, it comes out to the 20. So
Maplewood 1st and 10 at the 29. And There's a flag on the play, a little pre-snap whistle there. It's going to be illegal procedure against the Panthers, so they'll start 1st and 15 after Ken bragged about their field position. It just got worse.
It just evaporated a little bit, didn't it? So, really Maplewood's best plays was, attempted long bomb that was a narrow miss, a good-looking pass there from Johnson that nearly missed on a bomb, and then one good run by David Sutherland. Outside of that, not much offense for the Panthers.
Maplewood lines it up 1st and 15 at its 24. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tullahoma needs another defender. And the snap. Johnson going to take it outside. Johnson at the 32 is well tagged by Will Parton as he, that was Osborne with a football. Osborne picks up about 7-8 yards for Maplewood.
Yeah, Tullahoma defenders kind of got bottled up to the middle, and the running back bounced it to the Tullahoma sidelines to make he managed to get a couple yards out of it.
Gain of 8 for Osborne. As Johnson puts his people in place, Osborne remains the tailback. 3 receivers wide right. 2nd and 7, Maplewood at the 32. Johnson, wide receiver screen incomplete, far over the head of his intended receiver. It's 3rd down.
Well, you're right, Scott. That was an 8-yard gain. You look out there at the yard markers, you forget they get a 5-yard penalty previous to that. So it was a good run to set up that the 2nd down. But Johnson's missing high tonight, isn't he, on his passes?
That ball's hard to grip.
Yep.
10:51 to go in the half. Tullahoma leads 28-0. Maplewood staring at 3rd and 7 at their 32. And Ken, you got a feel for this program a little bit. You look across the field, Maplewood's only got about 25 players here, and some of these linemen are already huffing and puffing. They're going both ways.
Yeah, down 28 zip. It's hard on these young men out here tonight.
Johnson back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Johnson's got to get rid of it. Throws it right in the middle of the field, complete for a 1st down at the 45-yard line. That's 16 Alex Collins on the catch.
Well, that's sandlot backyard football at its best. Just look at that right there. Jalen Newsom, jailbreak on the offensive line, comes through, breathing down the neck of the quarterback, Anthony Johnson. He throws the ball, slings it down the middle out to the 43-yard line. Pass is caught by one of his guys instead of a Tullahoma defensive back.
So Johnson connects with Collins for 11 yards. 1st and 10, Maplewood at the 43. Trailing 28-0. Handoff Osborne. Now Johnson kept it. Either way, whoever got the football had no chance as big Jalen Newsom leads a host of Tullahoma Wildcats. A loss of a couple. Maybe they're going to give him a loss of 1.
Yeah, big 77 wreaking havoc on that defensive line for Tullahoma. Has 2 straight plays for him. He blows the play up in the middle. They bounce it out, and then he comes back and sacks the quarterback. So 77's making his presence known right now for the Wildcats.
Jalen Newsom set out most all of last year with an injury, and boy, he has had a great year for the Wildcats, as has his classmates across that defensive line. They have been phenomenal. 2nd and 11, Maplewood at the 42. Johnson to throw. Wide receivers pass incomplete, and that wasn't a wide receiver screen, Ken. There was nobody out there to block, and 3 Tullahoma defenders. That play never had a chance.
Yeah, Johnson did not set his feet to make the throw. He had the receiver open on a little screen pass right there, but I believe he had the jitters, He had the jeepers creepers from number 77 coming after him the last 2 plays, and a little fidgety back there on that one.
Not to mention, there were no blockers out there. If that pass had been caught, it was going to be stuffed.
Scott mentioned earlier in the game, Ian Poe 70 not playing tonight. Perhaps in the post-game interview we can get a comment from Olive relative to that. Maybe they're just holding him out tonight.
Yes. 3rd and 11, Maplewood. Little misdirection to Osborne. Jalen Newsom. Tackle for loss. Way back to the 37, a loss of 5.
Boy, Jalen Newsom is on the loose tonight, much like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. He is tearing those Panthers to pieces here on this series. That's 3 tackles for the big man on this series alone.
8:40 left to go in the first half. Maplewood 4th and 16 at its 37. The Panthers are right about even as in no yardage gains so far in this football game. They're about even. Couple of decent plays, but that's it. Here's a snap. Punter has no chance, going to have to run it. Punter dropped behind the line of scrimmage at the 33. The rush of the Wildcats. Tullahoma led in there by Cameron Potuck. Seth Cullum was in there. I mean, the punter, as soon as he caught the snap, Tullahoma's defense was there. That was the missile. Justin Scott that got there first.
Wow.
So Tullahoma will have it first down and 10 at its 33 after the loss of 5 more yards.
Well, it was a decent snap. Tullahoma just shot back there and got pretty quick. No blocking on that line from Maplewood. Tullahoma came after that one and forced a bad play there on special teams.
DJ Dillahay is the quarterback now for the Wildcats, leading 28-0 with 8:20 left to go in the first half. Dillahay will shuffle pass it to Jacoby Thomas. Thomas around the right side, 30. Thomas cuts it back in at the 25. Thomas still on his feet, down to the 17, and that's a Wildcat first down.
Well, so Tullahoma already goes to their second-string quarterback here with over 8 minutes left in the second quarter. You wonder how long that Mr. Thomas is going to stay in the game as well. 16
yards on the shuffle pass from Dillahay to Thomas. First and 10, Tullahoma at the Maplewood 17. 7:55 to go. Cats lead it 28-0. Dillahay in the shotgun. And Maplewood, I think, fractured the neutral zone in their haste to show the blitz. Maplewood is offside, giving Tullahoma 5 free ones.
My play-by-play man informed me earlier, we discussed in this game, that the mercy clock does not take place until the second half. No matter what the score is in the first half, if it's 35 or over, it is not initiated until the start of the third quarter in that scenario.
Dillahay hands it to Justin Scott, and the missile gets the carry for the Cats down to the 1-yard line. Justin Scott.
Well, that's
first run of the year.
Yeah, first run of the year, and man, you talk about a burst through that Tullahoma line. He's back there in the backfield again.
First and goal, Dillahay to Scott. Give him 6. Justin Scott with his first touchdown of the season, and Tullahoma leads 34-0.
Well, how about that? Just another, we've raved all year about the running back depth for Tullahoma with Jacoby Thomas and number 18, Keyshawn Cummings, and Jackson Sheffield. Now the missile makes his debut.
Justice Chadwick to attempt the point after. Maplewood no longer giving any rush, and the point is good. 7:20 to go in the first half. Tullahoma 35, Maplewood nothing on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $12 a month, along with your digital television service, Light Tube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time. Receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add Light Tube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
Woodard's Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
Tullahoma moves 33 yards in 3 plays, scoring on a 1-yard run by Justin Scott. And the Cats lead it 35-0. As Justice Chadwick's kickoff will be taken. Nobody wanted that ball. They bobble it. It goes into the end zone for the touchback. Barely. Maplewood just unsure what to do with that kickoff at the goal line, and I think their best bet's just been to let it go.
Yeah, we're seeing some subs now coming in the Tullahoma defense. 87, Ethan Hargrove into the game. Number 10, that's Jackson Hamblin at right corner for the Wildcats. Missle's still out there. Caden Tucker's still out there at linebacker 13.
Hunter Parks getting a little defensive line work, 5'8", 180 senior.
See 45 out there. I do not have that roster number.
Yeah, that's Cameron Potuck.
Okay, Cameron Potuck.
And Jalen Newsom trots into the game, tells Cameron Robinson, hold on, I'll get me another series. I want 4 straight tackles. Maplewood lines it up at the 20. Johnson, wide receiver screen is complete. Here comes the missile. He missed. Receiver out over the 25 to the 28. A gain of 8 for the Panthers.
Hunter Parks in on the Tullahoma defense as well. Number 31.
I ain't going to lie, I'm no longer even
Tullahoma linebacker.
concerned with Maplewood's numbers.
Right.
I have no idea.
It's hard to read them.
2nd down and 1, Panthers at their 29 with 6:45 to go in the half. Tullahoma leads 35-0. Johnson. No, he kept it. Johnson being chased from behind. He's got the first down. Got out over the 30 to the 33. A gain of 4 and a Maplewood first down. No, not their first. Their first down on the ground tonight.
Well, you know, Tullahoma held Maplewood to 113 total yards in last season's contest. Maplewood only threw for 13 yards for the entire game in 2019.
Panthers 1st and 10 at their 33. Handoff Sutherland. Sutherland breaking tackles in the backfield. The missile trying to wrestle him down finally does at the 38. There's a flag behind the play, though. I think this one's coming back for the Panthers. Looks like a hold.
Missile fired up out there. He stays fired up anyway, but especially so after scoring the last Tullahoma Wildcat touchdown, his first of the season.
Evan Tomlin comes in for Tullahoma, 5'9", 150 freshman. See if they're going to mark off this suspected holding penalty here. Yes, from the spot of the foul, which is the 33. So Maplewood's going to go back to the 23 and have it first down and 20 after the holding call. We will talk with Wildcat head coach John Olive. I thought it was a holding. That's a 15-yard penalty. I didn't see the signal from the official. Either way, though, it is 1st and 25 for Maplewood at their 17-yard line. Phew, that's ugly. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Panthers. Johnson to throw. Got time. Throws long over the middle. Incomplete. The closest man was Tullahoma's Will Parton, and the 6'3" Parton got up. It was too high for him. 2nd and 25.
Yeah, the Maplewood quarterback overthrew our safety on that one. He looked like he had the best shot at it of anybody on the field.
Yeah, that pass needed some air under it. And receiver had a step, but pass was way off target.
Yeah, it looked like they have some pretty good speed at the wide out position by a couple guys. They just can't connect.
Tullahoma kind of playing Parton at center field now. Parton and Hargrove. Safeties are way back for the Wildcats, just guarding against the deep throw. On 2nd and 25, Johnson with the deep throw. There's his intended receiver, incomplete, over the head of number 4. That's Demathius Burns for the Panthers. Defended there by a couple of Wildcats. It's 3rd down.
Johnson showing off that big arm there for the Panthers. Yet another incompletion, though.
3rd and 25, Maplewood at their 17. With 5:42 to go in the first half, Tullahoma leading 35-0. And that Maplewood offensive line getting worn down. They're also the Maplewood defensive line for the most part. As Johnson splits 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, back to throw. A little quick pass out and flat, incomplete. It's 4th and 25.
The wide receivers from Maplewood just kind of looking at each other saying, thrown between 2 of them like, was that for you or for me? But very inaccurate pass on a short ball by Johnson, and you really don't like the body language there from the 2 receivers for the Panthers. They're down 35-0 and losing hope quickly.
Jacoby Thomas in to return the Maplewood punt, standing at midfield. Punt will be measured from the 17. It's a good snap. Gets this kick away. It's a short spiral that Jacoby will let hit, and then he'll pick it up at the 48. Jacoby shakes the tackler at midfield, back to the 45. Jacoby lowers his head and makes his way to the 44, and that's where Tullahoma will begin its next possession at the Maplewood 44-yard line. The Wildcats lead at 35-0, 5:24 to go in the first half.
Reagan Tomlin into the game for Tullahoma.
Hunter Parks being at running back.
Adam Owens at wide receiver, number 14.
We've got a Maplewood player down. He's up now. That is Johnson, so thank goodness he's up. Trotting off the field.
Yeah. See number 26, Brock Stroop at wide receiver.
80's in for the Wildcats. Zane Hoff, 6'1", 150 sophomore. 62 for the Cats, Nathan Jones, 6'2", 220 sophomore. What else we got? 50 for the Wildcats. Anthony Colon, 6'1", 240 sophomore.
Tullahoma got some kind of penalty there. Dead ball foul or of such or something. 15-yard mark off.
So the Wildcats, instead of having it at the Maplewood 44, will begin this drive at their own 40 with 5:24 to go. Dillahay is the quarterback. Dillahay hands it off to Parks. Parks is met at the line and driven backwards. A loss of 1 for Hunter Parks.
Referee down on the 47-yard line.
It
Maplewood
sure
picking him up. I think he got hit as hard as the Tullahoma ball carrier did on that one.
Parks gets back to the line of scrimmage, so second down and 10 for the Cats at their 40.
Good news is he's okay, Scott.
Yeah. That's always good news.
Mm-hmm.
Tullahoma with Dillahay at quarterback. Owens is in at a wide receiver. Split wide to the right along with Hoff. This time Dillahay will keep it. Dillahay 45, Dillahay 50. DJ Dillahay into Tullahoma territory. Close to the first down. I think he's about a half a yard short. Nice 10-yard run for DJ Dillahay. And let's see the spot. The spot is the 49, so it's about a half a yard short. For statistic purposes, we will call this 3rd and 1 at the Maplewood 49.
Dillahay scurries over to the sidelines to get the offensive play call here on 3rd down.
Splits 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He's not throwing on 3rd and inches at midfield. Dillahay. Maplewood jumps offside. You know, Dillahay's pretty good at that. He's gotten 2 or 3 of those. Usually doesn't need them, and certainly doesn't need them now, but that's a good, easy way to get that first down, Ken. Offsides Maplewood.
It sure is. If you can, use an effective cadence or voice inflection at the line of scrimmage, you can sometimes draw those overzealous defensive linemen.
Oh, they all came.
They did.
That whole
drew them all
Maplewood defensive
offside.
line.
They did an excellent job on that.
1st and 10 Cats at the Maplewood 44. Dillahay handoff Parks. Dillahay kept it. Fake me out. DJ Dillahay racing down the sideline. Give him 6. Dillahay, 44 yards away, scores for the Wildcats.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen him do that same play, just a fake handoff to the running back, reading the linebackers and the defensive ends and just keeping it, running around the left edge for a long touchdown. He's had a couple of those this year, 2 or 3 of them I know of.
Tullahoma to line up the point after with Chadwick and Dillahay to hold. Tullahoma trying to get all its players on the field. I'm not sure that they don't have like 11 or 12 maybe right now, but maybe not. Tullahoma to attempt the point after. Maplewood, they're not even rushing. Kick is up. The kick is good. 3:32 to go in the first half. Tullahoma 42, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
At Tenova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country and the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Tullahoma marches 60 yards in 3 plays using 1 minute 50 seconds off the clock, scoring on a 44-yard run by DJ Dillahay. Tullahoma leads Maplewood 42-0 as the kickoff is taken at the 7. Out to the 15, 20, to the 23-yard line or so comes Maplewood. That's where they will begin their drive.
Scott, we've had a couple explosive first halves this year. We put up 49 first half points at Lincoln County earlier this season, and we have 3:23 to go in the first half and have 42 up tonight. Offensive explosion.
Defensive domination.
And defensive domination equals perfection. The key word for tonight.
Special teams excellence. Yeah. Offensive execution, defensive domination, special teams excellence equals perfection. Mm-hmm. Maplewood 1st and 10 at its 24. Anthony Johnson, quarterback, hands it off. And just nowhere to go there. That Tullahoma defense bust inside. That's Brandon Painter with a stop for the Wildcats, lining up at linebacker.
Yeah, wearing that Eli Grove Legacy jersey. Matter of fact, the Live Your Legacy, Eli Grove Legacy 8K Walk, Run, Ruck is November 7th, coming up quickly, 2020. Register at racerroster.com or call Cassie Grove at 931-273-0010.
When is it again?
Next Saturday, I believe, November 7th.
All righty. Maplewood 2nd and 11 at its 23, trailing 42-0. Johnson's going to keep it. Johnson going to break past the 25, out to the 27 goes Johnson. Nice tackle there for Tullahoma from that linebacker spot. Jackson Sheffield leading the way.
Well, Sheffield getting some defensive snaps from that linebacker position.
Gain of 4 for Johnson. 3rd down and 7 Maplewood at their 27. 2:15 left to go in the first half. Tullahoma leads the Panthers 42-0. Perfection is the goal.
Perfection
tonight as young Tullahoma quarterback Wade Collins warming up on the sidelines. Johnson pass out in the flat, incomplete. Intended out there for Anthony Jackson. Johnson for Jackson. It's 4th down.
Perfection. Scott, I was going to pull this out the fourth quarter, but let's do it now with 2 minutes left in the half. Definition, as free as possible from all flaws or defects. We've tried to punch holes in this Wildcat team all year through these first 9 games. We've looked for flaws. We've looked for defects. There's not a whole bunch of them.
There's not a lot. 4th and 7 Maplewood at its 27, trailing 42-0.
If any.
If any flaws. Newsom in there on that defensive line. There's a little shuffle pass, trying to take it outside against this Tullahoma defense, Ken. Maplewood can't do it, a gain of 1 maybe. Nobody has been able to run outside against this Tullahoma defense. You just can't do it.
No, Tullahoma's done a good job of setting the edges and playing contain, forcing the ball back inside, in pursuit to the football, gang tackling, sure tackling, limiting big plays, getting pass rush on the quarterback and tackles for loss in the backfield with running backs, man, just by dominating the line of scrimmage. So they've done it all defensively this year, a very complete defense.
4th down stop by that Wildcat defense. Sets Tullahoma up with Wade Collins, 5'9", 140 sophomore at quarterback at the Maplewood 29. Collins hands it to Parks, and Parks spins down inside the 25 to the 23 goes Hunter Parks.
And Tullahoma has quarterback number 3 in.
Gain of 5 for Parks. 2nd and 5 Wildcats at the 24 with 1:25 left to go in the first half. Again, the Tullahoma Band will perform at halftime. And then we will start the third quarter with the running clock, the mercy clock. Handoff Parks. Parks dropped after a gain of a yard, maybe 2, third down.
Collins coming over the Tullahoma sidelines to get the play call here. Number 8 back into the game. That's running back Brandon Painter. Here comes Collins. Number 31 comes off the field. That is Parks.
So Parks picks up 1. It's 3rd and 4 Tullahoma at the Maplewood 23. As Painter is the tailback now. The quarterback is Collins.
Wildcats currently in field goal range.
And Collins with a little cadence action there. Maplewood jump. See if that gives the Wildcats a first down. Stops the clock with 37 seconds to go. And it is offsides Maplewood.
Scott, I see big number 72 in. Do you have a roster number for that young man?
72.
Right tackle.
No, sir.
Right tackle 72 into the game. I have no name for that number.
Yeah, we just happen to have an updated roster. That is Eli Morgan, 6'2", 250 freshman. Handoff. Parks. This is Painter. Painter to the 15. Painter to the 10. Painter driven out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It's first down and goal to go Tullahoma. Brandon Painter picks up 22 yards.
Excellent run there by Mr. Painter, wearing that Eli Grove Legacy jersey, number 8. A storied jersey for the Wildcats.
They're spotted at the 3, started at the 18. So Painter picks up 15. Now it's first down and goal Tullahoma at the Maplewood 3. 17 seconds left to go. Collins the quarterback. Painter the tailback. Collins. Painter. Same play over right tackle. Touchdown. Brandon Painter from 3 yards away. Glad to see him get 6 in the book.
Yeah, Tullahoma now with their 48th point. So with this extra point, this PAT, if they can hit it, they will match their biggest offensive output for a first half of the season. They had 49, as I mentioned earlier, against the Lincoln County Falcons.
And this
Who's
is
kicking this one?
Grant Chadwick, 6'2", 140 freshman, on the hold from Collins. Chadwick's kick is up, and it's no good. 14 seconds to play in the half. Tullahoma 48, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why I keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Tullahoma marches 29 yards in 4 plays, scoring on a 3-yard run by Brandon Painter. And with 14 seconds to go in the first half, the Wildcats lead Maplewood 48-0. Stick around for a halftime performance by the THS Band and an interview with John Olive after the game. Maplewood returns it out to the 28-yard line with 4 seconds left to go in the half.
Kickoff tackle made by 31. That's Hunter Parks. Well, it's, you know, you didn't see any injuries in the first half. Knock on wood. You got 4 seconds left, so one more play. So, as you said, just perfection. You know, it's the way John Olive scripted the first half to go. You've got to have that running clock initiated to begin the second half. You've got your subs in. You're down to your third-string quarterback. All is well for the Tullahoma Wildcats.
Let the JV team finish off the game and get these younger players some great reps, in-game reps. You just cannot replace that in practice. Teams that have this advantage tend to continue to be good year after year. Sutherland picks up 2 for the Panthers in the first half, has come to a close. 24 minutes away from perfection at the half. Tullahoma 48, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tullahoma Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TullohomaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. And I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
This is your internet service at 10 meg speeds. This is internet service at gigabit. No other local provider can match this level of speed. Call us today to get the world's fastest internet.
At Tullahoma Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
The band is under the direction of field commanders Aubrey Sharon, Lauren Daw, and Thompson Fan. Band captain is Aubrey Sharon. Woodwind officers are Kiana Cavarde and Kimberly Lair. High brass officer is Allie Champion, low brass officer Abigail English, and percussion captain is Paris Watson. Uniform captain is Allie Champion with assistance from Cameron Alexander. Logistics coordinator is Charlie Pettyjohn, and guard captains are Haley Elser, Lauren Hall, and Haley Rich. All right, Wildcat fans, it's time for your Tullahoma Band. These awesome musicians are excited to play for you tonight, so get on your feet, make some noise, and sing along as we kick things off with the Beatles classic, Hey Jude. Released the same year as Hey Jude, this Mason Williams hit top charts in 1968. We hope you enjoy Classical Gas. This next tune has transcended time and geography to secure its status as one of those recognizable classical works. We hope you enjoy the harmonies of Pachelbel's Canon in D. Built on the same foundation as Pachelbel's Canon, put your hands together for this mashup of Hook by Blues Traveler, Basket Case by Green Day, and Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. During a time you need it most, music is a universal language that unifies us all. This is the Harmony of Hope.
So let's hear it for your THS marching band. The THS band would like to thank their corporate sponsors, Tullahoma Vision Associates, Russell Barnett Automotive, Stem It Down Automotive, Traders Bank.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football, and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
It's football time, and Tennessee and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium. We're at halftime. Tullahoma leads Maplewood 48-0 as ceremony going on down on the field here at Tullahoma High School. The final regular season game of the 2020 football season. And you see the Tullahoma band there all in their Halloween costumes. A great night here. It's chilly, but it's 48-0. Let's go through the first half stats. Let's kind of summarize it for you. It's pretty ugly. About what you would expect. Maplewood was 2 out of 13 in the passing department for 12 yards. The Panthers ran the ball 14 times for 40 yards. So Maplewood ran 27 plays in the first half, 52 net yards for the Panthers. Tullahoma, Ryan Scott, 4 out of 6 through the air, threw for a touchdown. Tullahoma 5 of 7. Remember, Dillahay had a completion. Tullahoma 5 of 7 through the air for 79 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown from Ryan Scott to Brody Melton. On the ground, the Wildcats really spread the wealth out. Thomas had 4 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown. Sheffield 7 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Painter 2 carries, 18 yards and a touchdown. Justin Scott, 2 carries, 12 yards and a touchdown. DJ Dillahay, 2 carries, 54 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Parks for 3 carries for 6 yards. Tullahoma ran the ball 22 times, 225 yards. I'm not a math genius, but that's 10 yards a carry. Tullahoma ran 29 plays for 304 yards. Again, not a math genius, but that's over 10 yards per carry. We are at halftime here. Tullahoma leading Maplewood 48-0. Back with the second half kickoff. You're watching Wildcat football on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woodard's Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Wilkins Stadium, October 30th, 2020. Perfection in progress. Tullahoma leading Maplewood 48-0. Both teams back out on the field warming up. They'll add 2 or 3 minutes to the halftime clock here as the band makes its way off the field. Ken, as we reflect, we look back in the off season. Seems so long ago, but we didn't know whether a high school football season was going to get played. Tullahoma didn't know. But what a credit it is to these 60 or so young men and their coaches and their parents and their families and all the support staff here at Tullahoma High School and with the quarterback club and all that group. What a job to put in the effort and dedicate themselves. Remember, this started in March. Tullahoma didn't even get a spring practice. But they dedicated themselves over the summer without knowing what was coming. And here we are. Perfection. Going to be a perfect, undefeated regular season. Region champs. Heading into the playoffs, ranked second in the state. It's just proof that if you put the work in, good things happen.
Well, they definitely put their hands to the grindstone, and you got to credit this coaching staff, to set the tone, to expect, to instill the work ethic in these young men and get them to believe that, with a lot of unknowns, that, hey, we've got to be ready to play the season. First of all, no red-white game. We didn't know. No spring, no red-white game. We didn't know what to expect, but, hey, I got to credit you on the Shastine Show preseason. You projected these Tullahoma Wildcats to have a perfect, unblemished, perfect 10-0 season. And, up 48-zip, that's inevitable here. 9-0, they're going to go to 10-0 with a jump start to the playoffs next week. All kinds of momentum. But really, you try to – you look at the defense, you look at the special teams, you look at the play selection, the offensive players, this roster, this coaching staff, and honestly, I don't see a weakness on this team. I mean, we could go through every position on this team, but everybody's contributing. They're going to get a chance in this second half. They're having fun. They're working hard in the weight room. They come back out of bye weeks and look just, rested and stronger. This team's different, Scott. We talked about it Monday night on the Shastine Show that, most teams that we see, even at any level, as the season progresses, they have injuries. They seem to run a little bit out of gas. They're fired up early in the season and it just wanes throughout the season. This team, it seems like building blocks. It seems like they're playing with a purpose. Each game, the stakes go higher, and now they're up to the 10th rung on the ladder with a second season coming up next week. But, man, they're playing with such purpose. They're playing with such energy. They're playing with such strength. And really, I'd hate to pick against this team right now. I don't know who's going to beat them.
And we talked about it in the pregame, the fact that with COVID, you don't know what's going to happen next week. We don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We don't know if anybody will play football. We don't know what's going to happen. So you don't want to take this sort of accomplishment for granted and just, oh, that's great. Now can't wait for the playoffs. That's relish right. This thing. Enjoy this thing.
Yes.
And perfect seasons, man. They don't come along very often. And statistics are going to say that this was the best Tullahoma team in history through 10 games, at least in modern history. 1999 had an undefeated season, but that team didn't dominate teams week in and week out like this one has, just crushing them.
Yeah.
So, enjoy this part of it. And then, tomorrow or Monday or whenever Coach tells us to, we'll snap and clear, as they say, and turn our attentions to the first-round playoff game, which will be next Friday night right here at Wilkins Stadium, Stone Memorial. We'll visit Tullahoma, kickoff 7 o'clock, first round TSSAA playoffs. As we're just about set to go here with the third quarter, Tullahoma leading 48-0. Be interesting to see how the Cats handle things here. Remember, the mercy clock is designed so teams don't get beat 75-0, even though it happens sometimes still. The clock will only stop for touchdowns, penalties, injuries, and timeouts. So out of bounds, incomplete passes, all that sort of thing, we just keep on rolling. So we'll end the stat keeping. It's pretty one-sided.
Oh, it is, definitely. And, quick first-half impressions. Look like an unbeaten team versus a winless team, obviously 48-zip. Character test for Maplewood. They're down 48-0. I know it's hard for these young men to come out of the locker room and then subs, empty your bench with your Wildcats here in the second half.
Grant Chadwick's kickoff is returned back to the 33-yard line for Maplewood, and that's where the Panthers will begin. We invite you to stick around because we'll talk with Wildcat head coach John Olive down on the field after the game. I didn't realize last week when I was interviewing Coach that he had just got doused with a big bucket of Gatorade. I learned that when I got home. I thought he was just sweating. Now, that's kids excited about that sort of thing, as they should be. As Maplewood opens up 1st and 10 at the Panther 33-yard line. The quarterback is Anthony Johnson.
They've achieved milestones the last 3 weeks, Scott. This will be the third one on that milestone list.
Handoff inside. This is Osborne, and Osborne tripped up in that offensive backfield. And we will get these numbers for you as we work our way. It looks like 87, could it be?
Is it 87?
We'll do our best here. We're getting a lot of people in. That's Hargrove.
Ethan Hargrove. Yeah. Tullahoma, they 3 weeks ago they clinched a playoff berth, then they won the Region 4 4A title last week in that big win over Nolensville, and now they're going to complete an undefeated season tonight.
Sheffield in there, linebacker for Tullahoma, 2nd and 11, Maplewood. Johnson's pass incomplete. And you mentioned it early, and it's held true. He just got a good arm. He can throw the long ball well, Kim, but the short pass does not work for Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't get it. It's just like he's rushing his passes. He's going through the motions out there. He's not playing within himself right now. I mean, you just set your feet, and his mechanics are off. He's not setting his feet, and the ball's releasing high. It's kind of like a pitcher that don't bend his back when he's throwing and releases the ball high and not following through. So I see the same thing. Maybe they'll get their second-string quarterback into this game.
If they have one. Yeah, Maplewood only about 25 players on their roster. 3rd down and 11. The football is on the ground, and that football has been recovered by still a scramble on the ground. Clock just keeps running. 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tullahoma leads 48-0. Give it to the Wildcats. Tullahoma recovers that football. I see big number 71. That is Cameron Robinson, 6 foot, 260-pound junior, comes away with it for the Cats. Turnover Maplewood. Tullahoma back in business at the Panther 32.
64 on the offensive line, Big Jake Bennett. 76 in there for the Wildcats.
72, Eli Morgan. 6'2", 250 freshman, Ken. That's what you like to see.
That's right.
6'2", 250 freshman lineman.
Wade Collins marches back out as the Tullahoma quarterback, number 12.
Cats split 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. I don't see a lot of passing planned here, but we'll see. Handoff inside, that is Painter. And Brandon Painter running hard inside the 25. Picked up about 9.
Scott, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was the first turnover of the game for Maplewood, man. Just imagine that. You have 1 turnover. You have 0 turnovers in the first half, and you're down 48-0. That's pretty painful.
Nice blocking by that Wildcat offense on the front there, including number 16, Reagan Tomlin, 6'1", 175 junior. Got a nice block in. And the Wildcats, 2nd and 1 at the Maplewood 23. Hand off Painter. Painter 20, 15, 10, 5. They don't want any part of Brandon Painter. Touchdown, number 2 on the night for Brandon Painter.
Mercy. They just armed. It's going to be a long second half from Maplewood if they're tackling like that. They just playing two-hand touch, man. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 guys just standing there watching him go by, but a nice run, nice burst up the middle by number 8, and that's his – I think it's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
I think I just said that.
That's right. Okay, 2nd TD of the game.
Grant Chapman will attempt the point after on the hold by Collins. Collins going to roll out. Collins on a bad snap needs to just get rid of the football or tuck it. He tucks it and is tackled back at the 20. So 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tullahoma 54, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tennova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TennovaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, we just got married a couple weeks ago. We're both from Tullahoma, so we know Tullahoma and we know TUA and know their service, and so really didn't talk about anybody else. We just knew we were going to TUA, and so appreciative of how y'all serve the community, and glad to be a part of it.
Tullahoma's principal is Dr. Jason Quick. The athletic director is John Olive. The assistant coaches are Brady Goodman, Michael Holliday, Jermaine Johnson, Tim Lemon, Cody McMurtry, Caleb Olive, Jared Olive, Corey Searcy, Mari Shaw, Coy Sisk, Mo Torres. A key part of the resurgence of Tullahoma football is the strength and conditioning program led by Larry Campbell. Also, Whitney Morris in on the strength and conditioning program. Maplewood takes the kickoff and returns it out to their 37-yard line. The trainers are Heath McCullough and Ricky Christie. Student trainers are Caroline McCullough and Elise McCullough. Student managers, LaShawna Clark, Dana Pham, Carly Searcy, Clay Turner. The statistician is Fisher Flowers. Video, Connor King. That's your staff support for this perfect Tullahoma Wildcat football team. Leading 54-0 with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The mercy clock is running, and Maplewood has it at 1st and 10 at the Panther 36.
Brock Stroop, nice open field tackle on special teams right there for Tullahoma.
Maplewood, with Johnson still in at quarterback, he'll keep it. Go around the right side, and Anthony Johnson tripped up at the 40, gain of about 4 yards for the quarterback. Don't know what class he's in because our roster is extremely poor. I think Johnson is a senior. Again, Maplewood will be moving to Class 3A football next year because they had a significant drop in enrollment. Tullahoma will remain in Class 4A, and so could be the last meeting between the Wildcats and the Panthers in the near future. Maplewood hands it off. Tullahoma's defense jumps in there quick with Sheffield at linebacker.
Well, Sheffield got in there really quick.
And stop made after a gain of a couple. It's 3rd and 6 Maplewood at the Panther 41.
Got a new number emerging, 36. Scott, check 36 on your roster.
36, Colby Tucker, 5'8", 145 freshman. See, all the freshmen have been added to this Wildcat roster now because their season is over. Johnson slipped. Turf Monster got him at the 40. He's mad at himself. He saw an open lane, but couldn't take it because he slipped at the 39. So 4th and 7 for Maplewood at their 39. Clock ticks.
Turf Monster, he's a sure tackler, Scott.
Just ask Landon Jones, right?
Yeah.
5:20 left to go, third quarter. Tullahoma leads 54-0. Be sure and watch the Shastine Show Monday night, 6 o'clock on Facebook Live, or hear it on 93.9 The Duck, and we will really review this perfect season from Tullahoma. And we'll do some of that here in this second half. As Johnson, long pass out in the flat, incomplete. That's poor fundamentals by Maplewood, Ken. The receiver turns off the route, turns around and jumps, and the ball's over his head. If it just kept running, it would have been right to it.
Yeah, they obviously switched quarterbacks there because a left-hander threw that pass right there. So we don't know, didn't get the number on that one, but what do you character-wise, what do you do, man? You just got to come out fighting. You're down 54-0. I mean, you're obviously getting the doors blown off of you out here by this undefeated Wildcat team. But Tullahoma's done this to a lot of teams this year.
Well, the Wildcats are buying dinner, so at least the Panthers get dinner out of the trip down here. Tullahoma now with the football after the 4th down stop, 1st and 10 at the Maplewood 39. Painter is your quarterback. Or Parton is your quarterback. Handoff just well played by the Maplewood defense there. No gain on the play. And I love it when the defender gets up and flexes towards the scoreboard as his team trails 54-0. It's a loss of 2.
Well, you got to give him props,
12.
Man. He beat his man up front and slung that ball carrier down. Pretty physical play there. Probably their biggest hit on defense all night long.
Well, that's Latavius Fitz, number 8, watching him out there. He's dancing. He's having a good time. It's all about Latavius.
All about Latavius.
He's offside right now before the ball's even snapped. Tullahoma's quarterback will keep it, and that's Collins working his way down to the 35, a gain of 4 for Collins.
Big SEC slate of games tomorrow. Number 5, Georgia at Kentucky. LSU at Auburn. SEC West battle. Missouri at number 10, Florida. Arkansas at number 8, A&M. Mississippi at Vanderbilt. Mississippi State at number 2, Bama tomorrow night. And Ohio State at Penn State.
Who would have thought opening night as Mississippi State handled defending national champions LSU, that just a few short weeks later the Bulldogs would be a 30-point underdog to Alabama. I did not see that coming. Tullahoma snap, handoff inside. This is 36 running the ball. Colby Tucker, 5'8", 145 freshman. And Tucker, no gain on the play. It's 4th and 6 for Tullahoma. Clock runs, 2:15 to go, third quarter. Cats on top, 54-0.
So we have another Tucker in the house, perhaps Caden's little brother. Perhaps.
I'm going to guess. It's just a wild guess. Right?
And these Panthers, they have brothers, obviously, or cousins, Latarius Fitz and Latavius Fitz.
Malik Grizzard in at receiver, 5'11", 150, freshman. And Tullahoma tried to hand it off there and really handed it straight to the Maplewood player. And it's first down Maplewood. That happened pretty quick. It took me a minute to process that the handoff, Maplewood took the handoff right out of the hands of the Tullahoma quarterback. So that's a turnover, Tullahoma. It counts as a fumble. And Maplewood will have it at the Panther 41. 1 yard line. That's the kind of thing you get with young players in. Somebody went the wrong way or something there, and Cats pay for it with a turnover.
Yeah.
An odd one. You won't see that very
strange.
often. So with 1:10 left to go, Maplewood takes over at their 38. See if we can get the number of this left-handed quarterback in. Maplewood still getting players on the field. Now they're set. And there's a handoff to Osborne, and Osborne is blasted in the backfield. That looked like Painter, number 8.
Painter making some plays tonight.
Oh, he's had a nice game, Ken.
He sure
2 touchdowns,
has, yeah.
getting some stops at linebacker.
Big time.
Brandon Painter wearing that coveted Eli Grove jersey this year. And getting a chance to really get some nice action in as we wind our way toward the third quarter.
Yeah, speaking of Eli Grove, number 8, Live Your Legacy. The Eli Grove Legacy 8K Run Walk Ruck is next Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. here at the Tullahoma High School Football Stadium. Register at raceroster.com or contact Cassie Grove at 931-273-0010.
Evan Tomlin just absolutely lowers the boom on the Maplewood ball carrier for a loss on the play. It's 3rd and 13, Maplewood at their 35 as the third quarter has come to a close here at Wilkins Stadium. Tullahoma 54, Maplewood nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country and the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
At Tennova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium as we're set to begin the fourth quarter. Tullahoma leading Maplewood 54-0. The game we're watching for second place in Region 4-4A is currently in the third quarter. Nolensville leads Marshall County 21-14. Maplewood, 3rd down and 13. Handoff over the left side. Cuts it back and slips and falls. That's Demathius Burns. And Burns sets Maplewood up at the gain of 5 or 6 with a 4th and about 9. 4th and 9 to go for the Panthers at their 39. We're in the fourth quarter. Mercy clock is quickly counting it down. Tullahoma leads Maplewood 54-0 as the Wildcats will complete an undefeated regular season for the first time since 1999. And will win their first ever Region 4-4A championship. Tullahoma won Region Championship back in 2006. I'm not even sure what region it was or if they even called it a region. It might have been a district. Boy, the speed of this football's on the ground, picked up by Maplewood. Play still alive. Finally tackled at the 46. Ken, the speed of these freshman defenders for Tullahoma is noticeable.
Yeah, they're hungry. They're hungry cats, and they've waited their time, kind of looking, from the sidelines all year, anxious to get in, and had the possibility of that tonight, a winless team going against an undefeated team, and they're getting their opportunity, and they're maximizing it for sure.
Jackson Hamblin knocked that ball out of the ball carrier's hands, but it was picked up by a Maplewood teammate. So fourth down, the fourth down try falls short, and Tullahoma takes over again on offense at the Maplewood 46. We're going to get more names here. Brock Stroop, 5'10", 140 sophomore, comes in for the Cats. Work to get you some of these linemen.
All these cats are fired up tonight,
And
aren't they?
Collins in at quarterback, Wade Collins. We've not seen Parton tonight, just Dillahay Scott, and Collins. Collins going to hand it off in the backfield, and not much room there for Tomlin as he'll get the chance to carry the football. Number 7 at tailback for the Wildcats. Under 10 minutes now, 54-0 Tullahoma. The playoffs begin next Friday night. Stone Memorial comes to Wilkins Stadium. Stone Memorial finishes 4th in Region 3 4A. Tullahoma finishes 1st in Region 4 4A. The Marshall County Nolensville winner will also host a playoff game. The loser of tonight's Livingston Academy Macon County game. Handoff again. This is Tomlin, and Tomlin is dropped for a loss. These young linemen really getting a chance to get some good action in. A lot of freshmen in for the Wildcats.
84 slipped in. That's Jalen Hill. He's a freshman. Lots of freshmen on this roster, as you said.
Mercy clock now ticks below 9 minutes with the Wildcats leading 54-0. Going to talk with Coach Olive when this one's over.
Number 50, sophomore Antoine Cologne into the game, and 32 at wide receiver. Who's 32? That's Xavier Holland.
Holland, a freshman, being guarded by the captain for Maplewood in this game, James Smith. So you got a feeling he's a senior since it's his last game. Maplewood don't have freshmen to put in. No. They don't have a bunch of substitutes to put in.
No, they don't.
Sutherland going off the field there. What a long senior season it's been for that young man. As we got a penalty against Tullahoma, it's been declined. Clock keeps running. 8:10 left to go.
Scott, Tua Tagovailoa makes his NFL debut for the Miami Dolphins this Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. They play the Rams. So
I meant to ask, we haven't seen Florida play in about a month. I wonder if the Gators have gotten any better on defense. They were pretty poor the last time we saw them. Who beat them?
A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yep.
Throttled the Gators. Who do they play tomorrow?
Missouri Tigers.
Go Mizzou.
Missouri, they're a pesky little bunch.
Clock keeps running as Tullahoma may have had a delay or illegal substitution. The Wildcats, they don't really. Yeah, Coach Olive never likes a penalty, but the clock keeps running, so it's all good. 3rd and 19 Tullahoma at the Wildcat 45. It's 4th and 19, my bad. Tullahoma's going to punt it. Grant Chadwick, high snap over his head. Chadwick's just going to have to fall on it at the 17-yard line. And they're going to spot it at the 15, and that's where Maplewood is going to have it. So the high snap cost the Wildcats, and we'll see if this young defense can maintain this Tullahoma shutout. With 6:45 left to go.
Definitely going to be tested with this field position in short field. Bo Banks, number 33, into the game for the Wildcats. He's a freshman. His daddy, Jeff, a former Tullahoma Wildcat himself.
Maplewood trying to get lined up offensively with 6:20 left to go. And we hope you have enjoyed the regular season of Light Tube Tullahoma Sports Network broadcast. As Maplewood trying to get on the scoreboard and down at the 3 or 4 yard line of Tullahoma. We'd love to, get some feedback from this thing. You can go on TUA Light Tube's Facebook page. We'd love to hear your comments about the broadcasts. As Maplewood has it, 1st and goal at the Tullahoma 3. 5:40 to go. And a busted play for the Panthers. They've got some, obviously, maybe a little bit younger players in. And so the handoff gets a yard, but that was a totally busted play as 81 comes in for Tullahoma. Bryson Steverson, 5'11", 180 freshman.
Well, Tullahoma defense frantically trying to save or preserve the shutout. The Panthers trying to avert one.
Second and goal, Maplewood at the Tullahoma 2. Handoff, this is Osborne, and Osborne gets into the end zone for the Maplewood touchdown. So the Panthers are on the board.
The Panthers finally scratched the scoreboard themselves, 54-6, 4:53 left in this contest. PAT pending. Going to go for 2, it looks like.
I suspect Maplewood hadn't kicked a PAT all year.
Probably not.
Would be my guess.
Well, they didn't 2 years ago have a field goal kicker, did they? They went for it every time on the conversions when they had that really good team.
They did. And there's the direct snap to Osborne, the man who scored the touchdown, and Osborne gets in for the 2-point conversion. So Tullahoma's lead is cut to 54-8. 4:53 to go. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football, and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
There.
There you go.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium. 4:53 to go. Maplewood gets on the scoreboard, cuts that Tullahoma lead to 54-8. And all the Wildcats need is maybe one first down, and Tullahoma can close the book on this thing with the running clock. Maplewood's not going to call any timeouts, so Tullahoma, let's see who we got back to receive this kickoff. There is Tomlin, Evan Tomlin. Trying to get that far side number, just can't quite see it. It's a short kickoff. Tullahoma lets it go out of bounds, as it does. So the Wildcats will have the ball at the 35-yard line. And the clock is running.
Here comes some
wow.
big uglies in. Some
There's
new
Robert.
Tank Life guys.
There's Robert Skelton.
Robert Skelton, 74-72. Let's check those names.
Get us some names.
74, Mason Miller, 6'1", 215 freshman, big offensive lineman. 72, Eli Morgan, 6'2", 250 freshman. That's two guys that caught my attention coming in. They're freshmen, big linemen. They're going to be monsters as well.
So they tell me it's Heath.
Tank Life.
They tell me it's Heath, not Robert, so my bad. The Skelton boys. Tullahoma lines it up at the Wildcat 35. Under 4 minutes now. Tullahoma leading 54-8. We got a new quarterback in there, and I like the concept of don't hand the ball off anymore. Just run it. That is Nathan DeLauder, 5'8", 140 freshman. So DeLauder gets him a shot and kind of limps off the field a little bit. Gain of 1 for DeLauder. He'll come back out, so he's going to, looks like, finish up at quarterback. Nathan DeLauder, the young freshman. Son of Devin?
Perhaps. Good possibility.
There were two DeLauder brothers. Son of one of them. Snap, handoff. Tomlin. Well, he's quick in there. Now Maplewood smothers him up after a no gain on the play. But I like Tomlin's quick feet in there. Evan Tomlin again, 5'9", 150 freshman, wears number 7 for the Wildcats. 3 minutes left to go. Tullahoma leading 54-8. I'll go down and talk with Coach Olive briefly at the conclusion of this contest. Just want to get his take on perfection. And I want to get the contrast between how he felt in 1999 and how he's felt about this one. And I know what he's going to say because he said it before, but like to get that on the video for replay next week because I think it's very interesting. Tullahoma lines up 3 receivers to the right, and the ball's on the ground, picked up by Maplewood, and Maplewood has it at the Tullahoma 26-yard line. Nope, recovered by the Cats. Give credit. The big 72 got back there. Morgan, the freshman, got back there. And I think Maplewood must have recovered because Tullahoma's swapping out a bunch of players. Really hard to see in there. These freshmen are struggling on offense, Ken, but it's the reps that count.
Yes.
Freshman reps in a varsity game, can't beat that.
Yeah, that's very uncommon.
And it's not uncommon for 1 or 2 to play. It's uncommon for pretty much the whole defense in a varsity game to be freshmen. But that's what you get in the season finale when you're up 54-8.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that sort of thing.
Haven't had that luxury in past years.
Region 4 4A champions, 90 seconds away from perfection. Maplewood hands it off and tackled at the 23. So
that's Tomlin getting double duty right there. So Tomlin with the tackle, number 6 for the Wildcats. Number 7 for the Wildcats, pardon me. 1:07 left to go. As this game winds down, Tullahoma going to finish a perfect season at 10-0.
Maplewood runs it around the left side, driven out of bounds by the Tullahoma defense after a first down, but 50 seconds now left to go. Wildcats counting it down.
Maplewood going to try to get another play or 2 off here before this final play clock expires. 36 seconds to go here. 54-8 Tullahoma lead.
The Wildcats will finish 10-0 in the regular season. And Tullahoma will host Stone Memorial next week as Maplewood runs around the left side, driven out of bounds at about the 4. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they're not going to have time to get off another play as the Wildcats count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maplewood called a timeout with 2 seconds left to go, trailing 54-8. That's cold. That's cold-blooded. All right, Ken, I'm going to give it to you the rest of the way and bundle up.
Get a good interview with Coach Olive. So Scott Chastain's going to go down, make his way down to the field to get the post-game interview with a jubilant Wildcat head coach, John Olive, who guided his Wildcats to a perfect season at 10-0. Maplewood calls the timeout, 2.0 seconds on the clock. Wildcats up 54-8, so they'll get one more play here as they utilize a timeout inside the red zone at the Tullahoma, inside the 5-yard line. So they're going to run this play from just inside the Tullahoma 5 to try to score the touchdown. Let's see if Tullahoma can get the stop here. Quarterback in the direct snap. No, he's going to take a under center now. Takes a snap, quarterback sneak. Pushing towards the goal line. He scores, and the referee signals touchdown. Maplewood, their second TD of the game, so they have outscored us in the second half. That's good news for Maplewood, but the bad news is they were outscored 48-0 in the first half. So
there's a flag on the play. Both teams go to the sidelines. You can wrap this one in cardinal and black. Wrap a perfect season in cardinal and black. The Tullahoma Wildcats beat Maplewood 54-8 and finish the regular season 10-0. Back with our interview with Wildcat head coach John Olive. You're watching the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units, too many reasons to mention why I keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500. Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tennova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TennovaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
We are back at Wilkins Stadium where the Tullahoma Wildcats have completed an undefeated, perfect 10-0 season. We're waiting for the Scott Chastain post-game interview. He's down on the field. John Olive is addressing his jubilant Wildcats right now, talking to them about the playoff game next week against Stone Memorial. And let's go ahead and get a quick recap. We'll go down directly to the field as soon as Scott gets Coach Olive. Tullahoma exploded for 48 first-half points as they win this one tonight, 54-14. The scoring started early for the Wildcats. Ryan Scott hooked up on a 38-yard touchdown pass down the middle to Brody Melton to Tullahoma tied in at the 11-19 mark of the first quarter. PAT followed. Cats led 7-0. After a Panther punt, Tullahoma scored again. This time, Jacoby Thomas on a 7-yard touchdown rush at the 7:28 mark. Wildcats led 14-0. After the Panthers' second punt, Tullahoma takes over, great field position at the 27-yard line. They got a Jackson Sheffield 18-yard run. He caps a drive with a 5-yard touchdown rush. Tullahoma led 21-0, 5:12 mark of the first quarter. After the PAT by Justice Chadwick, he ran his consecutive streak to PATs this year, 40 for 40 after hitting 3 in the first quarter. Tullahoma led 21-0. Tullahoma was driving to end the first quarter. Sheffield has another 15-yard touchdown run, his second touchdown run of the game, capping a 52-yard 7-play drive that took 2 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. Tullahoma led 28-0 at the 11:50 mark of the second quarter. DJ Dillahay came in at quarterback after another Panther punt. A foiled punt attempt by the Panthers. Justin Scott put in at running back for Tullahoma. He has a short TD run. Tullahoma led it at 35-0. Tullahoma playing lots of subs, getting them in the second quarter. DJ Dillahay had a long touchdown run, 44-yard touchdown run, 3:32 of the first quarter. Cats went up 42-0 after the PAT. Wade Collins finished out the scoring to end the first half on a short touchdown, 3-yard run. Tullahoma PAT failed. Tullahoma led 48-0 at the half. So that's how the first half ended. Tullahoma had 7 different Wildcats scoring touchdowns in the first half. Mass substitutions the second half. Tullahoma played 4 quarterbacks. As the team celebrates, Wildcats chanting it down. We're fixing to go down to the field to get Coach Olive's post-game interview with Scott Chastain. The second half, Maplewood did score 2 touchdowns. They scored 1 touchdown the very last play of the game. And I believe Coach Chastain's ready to coach Olive now.
Welcome down on the Wilkins Stadium turf. Tullahoma beats Maplewood 54-14. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Perfection. Coach, how does that feel?
It feels very good. I'm very proud of these young men. They're a special group, and I hope that we're able to continue this season.
Coach, preseason, summertime, nobody knew whether we were even going to play football. Yet your team, your staff, your trainer, everybody committed themselves to putting in the work. It's paying off now.
It is. And, you know, we thought that we had a chance to be a pretty good football team. I didn't realize that we were going to be as good as we are. This is the best team that I've had and had the privilege of being around. So we knew that we had a chance to be special, and they've become special.
Well, I did realize it, Coach. That's why I predicted an undefeated season for the Tullahoma Wildcats. I'm interested before we let you go, Coach, and celebrate this thing. You had a 1999 team that went 10-0. Contrast the emotions for you as you went through this season compared to that 99 season. We've talked about it, but I want to do it on this post-game interview.
The 99 season, I'm a lot younger, and it's a grind. We were grinding. We were pushing all the way through that season. We had an injury right there toward the end of the season that really threw us into a loop. We ended up winning the last 2 games, if I remember right, 17-14, 17-14, to win the region that year. I didn't enjoy it. And I said after that season that if I ever had an opportunity to do that again, that I would sit back and relax and enjoy some of it. And this year, it's been very enjoyable to sit and watch. And I even watch them practice sometimes, just amazed at some of these young men and what they're able to do.
Coach, you had almost all freshmen on the team there toward the end of the game, so that was just outstanding to see. Stone Memorial coming in here next week, opening round of the playoffs. What do you know about Stone Memorial, if anything?
We know a little bit. We started collecting tape on them a week ago, and so we know that they're a football team that has given DeKalb County all they wanted, got beat by 1, gave Macon County all they wanted, got beat by 9 if I remember right. The only team that really has thumped them was Livingston Academy, and that was a 28-6. So they're 4th place, but they're not just, you know, way behind the top echelon of that region. They upset Roane County a couple of weeks ago, which is Kingston, and they've got a pretty good football team. So Stone Memorial's going to come in here. They're going to be kind of a spread offense. The quarterback seems to be the key guy that makes them go. Defensively, they're an odd front team, and so, you know, we've seen about everything we can see defensively this year. So we'll hopefully have our line back at full strength and have Keyshawn back ready to roll, and we'll get that offense cranked up and rolling, even though tonight it rolled pretty well.
Yeah, it did. Coach, we look forward to the playoffs, but we definitely don't want to look past this moment. A perfect regular season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
John Olive, the head coach of the Tullahoma Wildcats, finishes off a 10-0 regular season with a 54-14 win over Maplewood. That's going to do it tonight from Wilkins Stadium. Perfection for the Wildcats, 10-0 in the regular season. For Ken Keller and the Light Tube crew, I'm Scott Chastain. Be good to each other.